The aggression on this man.
Hit him again. One more.
Go crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, please. Enough is enough.
Oh,
Good
please.
God. And hey, Rex, beating the shit out of... Oh, don't you do that. Don't you do that.
He's gonna jump off the top rope. What is Eric gonna do about that?
It's gonna be on like a steam pot.
Think about everything that matters. Don't do it, kid.
Oh, he's gonna feel the pain.
Don't do it.
You gotta be.
Don't do it.
What the hell?
Good God Almighty.
That
Good
right
God
there, that's
Almighty.
gonna be the
Good
man.
God Almighty. Good God Almighty. Good God Almighty. Good God Almighty. Good God Almighty. I can't believe what I just seen. This guy's my witness. He's moving his hand.
World Heavyweight Champion.
Check.
I knew Eric could do it. He done him, JR. He's the man.
Somebody was destined to get hurt, and it was gonna be
He's
Eric.
got both the titles. Eric's laying there like this.
He's down on the ground.
Oh, that's
the new
disgusting.
undisputed WWE World Heavyweight Champion, A-Rex. He's got it under lockdown, brother.
Ah, stop that. Stop that.
I'm at a loss for words. This is disgusting.
Oh, great. Now he's making his way over here.
Oh, he's coming over.
Get in the fucking camera. Get in the fucking camera.
Hey,
What the hell is this? What the hell is
I got
this?
shit to say.
Haven't we heard enough of this boy?
What the
I
hell?
can't stand it. One for me, huh? Huh? You think you play me? Play me, huh? Play this game, huh? Play that game.
That deserves to talk.
He should be proud. He's got both the titles.
Mike.
WWE World Heavyweight Champion.
I was about to vent out some
Undisputed.
frustrations.
I stand here, your new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. I am the undisputed champion. Eric, you pussy ass, bitch ass motherfucker. I knew you didn't have what it took to be the man.
Of course he didn't.
I knew you didn't have what it takes to have these titles around your fucking waist, around your shoulders. I am the champion of champions, and there was nothing that you could
Egotistical
fucking
is
do
what I
about
gotta
it.
say about that. Delusion.
You know, the
just
crazy
been,
thing
JR.
too is I actually had faith
really
in
thinks
you.
he's something.
I had my hope. I didn't have my mafia members by my side, but I didn't need that. I
Only
didn't
at
need
WrestleMania
that
can you get
to
promos
stop
like
your
this.
bitch ass.
An egotistical,
I didn't need
hypocritical
that at all,
motherfucker.
because I sit here a winner, unlike you, who happens to be losing constantly in life and in everything else.
What could he do about it? He's a loser. Huh?
Tell me he did not just say that.
You ain't got nothing, boy.
Oh, hasn't he had enough? Hasn't he had enough?
Oh, come on, JR. You know Eric deserved that. What does Eric do? He's lazy. Huh? I can't wait till the bikini challenge later. See all the puppies.
The poor kid's already down.
Even I gotta admit, this is a little fun.
What's he got, huh? What's he think he got?
This
What's
is
he think he got? Huh?
Speak your
What's he
truth.
think? What's he think he got? Huh?
Somebody call
What's he think he
911.
got? What's he think? What does he think he got? Huh? Huh? He ain't shit. He ain't shit. He's
Why
never
did he
gonna be
sell
shit.
out?
You understand me? Pathetic.
Oh,
He's a
please.
loser.
He didn't sell out.
Fucking
He won.
loser. Fucking loser. Don't you ever try to rock on me like that, boy? What? You really think he's
Somebody
something, huh?
cut the damn mic.
Who do you think he is? I got this. I got. Oh,
Look, he ran his mouth for long.
look at that. Yeah.
Looks good on him. Huh?
Look at me.
Quack.
Section of the light. I'm the WWE World Champion. I took everything from you, and you allowed me to.
crazy
That's
as
the
bad
crazy
cats.
thing. That's the crazy.
Can't even talk into a mic properly.
I know the mic, bitch. You want to talk your commentary back
Yeah,
there?
shut up, JR.
Well,
you be
speak
fucking
on the
in your
damn
mouth?
mic then, you asshole.
You talking to your new
Talking to an idiot.
WWE World Heavyweight
Watch your mouth,
Champion.
JR. You're talking to the
Talking on
WWE
the
World
commentary,
Heavyweight
all
Champion.
that shit.
Huh?
Ain't shit.
Well, King, why
Ain't
don't you
shit.
go up
I'm the
there
shit.
and give him a
Who's the
hug?
shit?
Give him a
I'm
pat
the
on the
shit.
back.
I would, but I don't want to interrupt his
Everything
move.
from you.
Delusional,
channels,
narcissist,
Your
egotistical,
livelihood.
asshole.
He owns it all.
You had
Huh?
all this potential. And here I am now. I own
Can't
it all.
hear
I
him.
own your music.
Barely hear.
Best believe
Maybe
I'll
if he
come
put
for
the
your
mic
stories
closer to
next,
his mouth,
right?
we could
I
actually
know
hear
about
him.
the mic. Stop telling me about the mic. Damn. You think I never used a mic in my life? Shit. I got a mic
Damn,
right
put it
I
up
got
to
a
your
mic right
damn
here. It don't
fucking mouth.
matter. I'm still the man. I'm still the man.
Indeed you are, huh?
You were never the man.
What you got? You fat ass, huh?
I expect it.
King, do us all a favor. Shut the fuck up.
Pathetic.
Well, you look slow, huh?
Shrimp. You got no arms, no muscle, no abs, no sweet ass abs like this. I know you couldn't see them. What you fucking laughing about, huh? I got all the abs in the world. I got all that shit. Fuck playing music. I do everything for y'all. You know that. I'm the boss. I run the shit. La actividad es mía. I do that. I do this. Where does he go? He does nothing. He sits there.
It's true, huh?
Enough is enough. Enough is enough. God damn it.
Hit him again. Hit him again.
He's got nothing. He's got nothing on me. He's got nothing. It's over for you, boy. You're the champ now. And you got nothing. 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 Yeah, get him out of here.
He said he was gonna vent some frustrations. Said what he got.
Hey Rex, can we have a word? Can we have a word?
Who the
Hey
fuck
Rex,
you?
hey Rex, why did you hit Eric Moreno with a chair? Was this all planned?
Would you
Was this
fucking
all scripted?
settle down?
Were your
Settle
serious
down,
thoughts
would
scripted too? Why'd you say all those things about Eric Moreno, huh?
I'll tell you what the deal. Words don't mean shit. That's what words mean. Words don't mean anything. Words don't mean crap.
What does this mean for the
Think
future?
that fucking pissing me off. That's what you're doing. Pissing me off.
Can you please answer the question?
WWE World Heavyweight Champion. You're fucking champion. You wanna fucking stick that shit in my face? What'd I tell you about that? What'd I tell you about that? Huh? What'd I tell you? Huh? What'd I tell you?
Just want to know. Sir.
What'd I tell you? It's your new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Give me that. Give me
Sir, that's my camera. Sir, that's my camera. Sir, my camera.
As your new
Sir.
WWE
Sir.
World Heavyweight Champion, your undisputed champion, I reckon that each and every single one of you better
Sir.
watch out. Because I'm capable of so many things other than what that boy was. I'll see you September 30th. September 30th, main channel. We're gonna be reacting. Old me. Old school style, bitch. What they got? They ain't got shit. They ain't got shit. They ain't got shit. It's gonna be special. It's gonna be special. We're gonna take a look.
What do you
at
think
our
Teddy
past.
Long's going to say about this, sir?
Teddy?
Yeah.
What about Teddy?
Do you think he has anything to do with it? Can I please have my camera back, sir?
No, you ain't getting your camera back.
Sir,
you ain't
can I have
getting
my
that shit
camera
back? You ain't getting that. Nah. You know who you talking to? Talking to the WWE World Heavyweight Champion.
Do you think your Mafia members are going to appreciate the way you talk?
My Mafia members are always there for me. They don't fucking matter. That shit don't matter.
Are you sure about that?
Y'all always here for me. You always say, hey, you know how many things I've done for y'all? I gave you so much advice. I gave you so much good shit, good knowledge, goodwill. I've empowered you all to be better people, self-improvement.
Don't you think that's all thanks to Eric Moreno, as he's the one who scripted this whole
That's
thing?
all
anyway?
thanks to Eric, huh? That's all thanks to his bitch ass? Please.
I mean, he is the one
Please.
puppeteering everything.
Please, you're embarrassing yourself. You're embarrassing yourself as an interviewer.
Why would you say
really
that,
are.
sir?
Because Eric ain't do shit. I did all the shit. I did all the work. He may have made those videos ideas. Oh, I want to help people because they helped me.
But he
I'm
has
gonna
helped
make
people,
these
sir.
videos. Well, who was the fucking guy on the camera, huh? Who was the guy looking in front of the camera, telling everybody like this, like fucking, hey. I got a spiritual talk for you. I gotta talk about the good shit, the bad shit, and the controversial shit.
What do you think
I
Teddy
was
Long's
doing
gonna do
that.
about your recent
I was
actions?
doing that. Teddy Long could go fuck himself. Okay, because I run the business. He's fired now. I'm in
Sir,
charge.
can you further
Like,
elaborate?
keep it out of mia.
Can you elaborate?
What I tell you? I keep telling y'all that shit. And you know the best part about it? You know the best part about it? I get to book WrestleMania 29.
Is that true, sir? Is that true?
WrestleMania 29, eh?
Correct.
I got matches. I got my cards.
Sir,
Y'all
can I-
want to know?
Sir,
Y'all really
can
want to know?
we have our camera back,
I got you
sir?
covered.
Sir,
Don't worry.
Can we have our camera back?
Get your fucking hands off me, boy. What the fuck? Damn. Fucking bastard. Damn, shit.
How you doing? We're doing another how I would book video today, but this time we're gonna go a little bit off track from what I did for the previous two videos, and we're going to book how I would book WrestleMania 29's matches. Now, WrestleMania 29, out of all the WrestleManias, was the one that I really wanted to rewrite history with, because there's a lot of matches that we could have gotten that we really missed out on that year. So I'm going to try and book WrestleMania matches for WrestleMania 29. So I'm going to try to book these matches the way I would book them, and I'm going to do the same thing as I did with the previous video, where I build up to it by having like certain things happen that lead into that match, and you know, whatever. So obviously we're going to start with the Royal Rumble. Now with the Royal Rumble, I have the same roster of matches, but here's something that I would indeed slightly change. First thing, I would have Team Hell No retain the tag titles. I'd have Del Rio retain the World Heavyweight title. But I would have CM Punk retain the WWE Championship. Now, the reason I would have Punk retain the title and not have The Rock come in and take it is because I think that The Rock having more matches without being champion, you know, gives it a little bit more like hope that he could potentially walk out of WrestleMania as champ, even though it was clear that he wouldn't. But having him not be champion and building up for it, I think that works a lot better in terms of the story that I'm trying to book here. So we'll see how it goes. And for the Royal Rumble, once again, I'd have Chris Jericho win. Yes, 2 years in a row, I'd have Chris Jericho win the Rumble. But this time, it actually makes even more sense than the previous year. So then we'd have the same matches at Elimination Chamber: Punk vs. Rock, Del Rio vs. Big Show, and on the lead up to Elimination Chamber, we have Chris Jericho rekindling his feud with Dolph Ziggler that he left off with at the end of Survivor Series, or was it? I think it was the Raw after Survivor Series of the previous year. He picks up that feud with Ziggler again to slowly build something towards WrestleMania. So Elimination Chamber, now I'd have the main matches be Barrett versus Miz for the IC title instead of Miz versus Cesaro. I'd start that now because there's something that's going to lead up to WrestleMania that I would need Miz and Barrett to feud with each other at Elimination Chamber now rather than later. Now, taking place at Elimination Chamber, I'd have Team Hell No face off against the Rhodes Scholars again for the tag titles. Yeah, I would remove them from the chamber match, have them defend the tag titles, and this time, Rhodes Scholars wins the tag titles. This is to build up certain matches that play out at WrestleMania rather than having Team Hell No defend the tag titles at WrestleMania. So that way, we could have that play out, and we could also have Rhodes Scholars being tag champs for quite some time, because obviously eventually the Shield is going to take the tag titles. So Cody Rhodes and Damian Sandow being champions for some time, I think is well deserved at this point. Something else I would slightly build is Chris Jericho feuding with Jack Swagger. Now, Jack Swagger returns around this time, and he's built up as this threat. But at the same time, I don't want to put him in the chamber match, because if I put him in the chamber match, then he would lose, because I need somebody to win that chamber match, and I don't want Swagger to lose when he has this momentum. So I'd have him have a feud with Chris Jericho to stall Jericho before WrestleMania. And I'd have Swagger beat Jericho in order to gain some momentum on Swagger. Now, as for the Shield match, instead of it being Cena, Ryback, and Sheamus, I'd have it be Ryback, Sheamus, and Orton versus the Shield, since that was supposed to be the match that we got at WrestleMania, but Ryback would get into a feud with Mark Henry, and then they would change the Big Show, which I am going to still do. That's still how I'm going to book it. It's just that now I'll have the Orton, Sheamus, and Ryback match here rather than never having it at all. And the reason I'm taking Cena out of that match is because I'm going to put Cena in the chamber match. So now we have the chamber match, and so here's the people that I'd have. The chamber match is pretty much different at this point in time. It's really mix-mashed of different opponents and wrestlers from what it actually was. What it actually was, I believe, Orton, Jericho, Swagger, Henry, and Team Hell No. But the only person that's remaining in the chamber match now is going to be Mark Henry. Now, with the chances that Rey Mysterio does in fact get injured by Mark Henry, I would replace Mysterio's spot with Big E to build him up, since he's becoming a wrestler now rather than just a manager. So this is what the chamber match would be. I'd have John Cena, Rey Mysterio, Mark Henry, and then I'd take the other 3 guys that were supposed to compete and I'd put them in here too. I'd take Cesaro, since I think Cesaro being in the chamber match would be really nice. Especially since people would like to see Cesaro at this point in time become champion, even though they were booing him. That he's really talented at this point. And I'd have Ziggler and Kofi be in the chamber match rather than just having a random match. That way they could have actually something to compete for, and that is an opportunity for a championship match at WrestleMania. Now the thing is, it's not determined who they are facing at WrestleMania because Chris Jericho has yet to pick. But of course this is going to build up, as I said. So certain things that I'd book exactly the same with WrestleMania. I'd have Triple H versus Brock Lesnar, the no holds barred match, but I'd actually have Brock Lesnar win rather than Triple H having that whole retirement shit. I don't know why they did that. That was really stupid. I'd have Brock Lesnar win. I'd have Ryback versus Mark Henry still, and I'm pretty sure I'd have the same outcome with Mark Henry winning. If not, then maybe Ryback, but at the same time, I'm not quite sure. It can go either way. Yeah, I don't really care all too much, but it can go either way and it still works. Sheamus, Orton, and Big Show would still face the Shield, and I would book it that Big Show gets attacked by the Shield, and then he has to team with Orton and Sheamus because Ryback is dealing with Mark Henry. I'd probably have a 4-on-4 match at one point, just so that the Ryback and Mark Henry feud could actually be more interesting rather than just them walking out, just passing each other a couple times, because that was kind of, that was nice and intimidating and all, but it didn't really do much to build that feud because, like I said, I don't care about the match, so that tells you everything you need to know. Now, as for everything else on the card, I'd have differently. The first thing I'd have is the pre-show match is no longer going to be the IC title. I'd have the pre-show match be the tag team championships, which Rhodes Scholars now have the tag titles, so they would face Tons of Funk for the tag team titles, so that way they don't have to have that random match that they were supposed to have with the Bellas or some shit. Yeah, and so that it also feels like an important match because they're the champions, so you have the title on the line, and the Rhodes Scholars are going to retain and beat Tons of Funk, because obviously that'd be stupid to have Tons of Funk win. Now, something else that I'm building up is The Miz being Intercontinental Champion. Since Chris Jericho won the Royal Rumble in my little universe, that means that The Miz will now face Fandango. Since The Miz is the Intercontinental Champion, it makes sense, and it also puts more stakes on this match, being that it's for the IC title. The Miz builds up Fandango as he debuts, and then Fandango beats The Miz and becomes the Intercontinental Champion, and that already establishes him as a player rather than him just having that one match and then going into obscurity. Dolph Ziggler cashes in the Money in the Bank sometime after Elimination Chamber. He becomes the World Heavyweight Champion, and that way we could have Jericho versus Ziggler for the world title, and we can have an end to that feud while also having stakes for the world title. But at WrestleMania, I'd still have Dolph Ziggler beat Jericho, so he retains the world championship. But at least that feud comes to an end in a much more satisfying conclusion, and with Ziggler walking out of Mania as the world heavyweight champion, because that would be pretty fucking awesome. As for Alberto Del Rio, he would have a feud with Jack Swagger still. I would still have that feud between him and Jack Swagger. But they're not going to have a one-on-one match. It's probably going to be like a tag team match where Del Rio and Jericho face Ziggler and Swagger, and they slowly build up the feud between Swagger and Del Rio. We also got Team Hell No, which I think they would start facing off against Ziggler and Big E to build a little rivalry between Kane and Big E and establish Big E as this main event player. I'd also have Kofi Kingston get in that mix, having a rivalry with Big E still. So now we have Kane and Kofi Kingston having a feud with Big E, while also having Del Rio feud with Swagger. And then I also have Wade Barrett get into the mix, having a feud with Kofi Kingston again, rekindling that. And Kofi Kingston's feud with Cesaro slowly building up as well. Now, the reason I'm building up all this shit is because I'm going to have a ladder match at WrestleMania for the United States title. And the ladder match is going to be Cesaro, Kofi Kingston, Kane, Big E, Del Rio, Swagger, and Wade Barrett. Now, this would culminate with all their feuds clashing against each other for the United States Championship without having a bunch of random pointless singles matches that nobody would care about. Now, Kane is kind of the only person here that's kind of tossed in just because. And the reason that is because Daniel Bryan is going to be facing The Undertaker. Let me explain. How I would build this feud with Undertaker and Daniel Bryan is that Team Hell No, they start to see little cracks ever since they lost the tag titles. They'd face the likes of Ziggler and Big E, they'd face the likes of Rhodes Scholars, and a couple other tag teams as well that have just kind of formed. And one thing to notice is that every time Daniel Bryan gets injured, The Undertaker returns and he helps Kane, and they team together, the Brothers of Destruction, beating up everybody, taking the house down, and Daniel Bryan's kind of left out of the picture. Now, this constantly keeps on happening, where Daniel Bryan gets injured, he's seen as the weak link, and that builds up that kind of storyline that eventually happens. And The Undertaker is always there to be there for his brother, Kane. And Daniel Bryan's not too fond of that because Kane has become his best friend. So it slowly builds up over time that Taker constantly keeps taking Daniel Bryan's spotlight. And then Daniel Bryan, you know what, he's had enough. And he wants to face The Undertaker. And so he wins a impromptu match to face The Undertaker's streak. And that's how we get it. Taker versus Daniel Bryan. And I think that would be an absolute fucking classic. Even though we all know Taker's going to win, it would be a fucking classic. Especially since that the feud really feels necessary. Even though the whole Paul Bearer thing won't work as well because Punk is not facing Taker. I think this would still work out really well with Taker facing Daniel Bryan and them having a fucking all-star classic, going crazy, going for a very long time, and Daniel Bryan being treated more as a main event player. That way, we could eventually have Daniel Bryan's eventual win at SummerSlam for the WWE Championship be even more impactful because he fought the likes of Taker and he really did a good number on him. And it also builds a little tension between Kane and Daniel Bryan when they face off against the Shield, and then Daniel Bryan eventually team with Orton, and so on and so forth. Little things like this still need to build up for after WrestleMania 2. So this is why it really works for me. And Kane having a rivalry with Big E just kind of lands him in a United States Championship match, because I don't want him to not have a match. And him fighting for something like the US title would work. So him being in that ladder match would be pretty good. Now, of course, the last match on the card is the obvious match that we all wanted to truly see. And that is a triple threat match for the WWE Championship. Punk, Cena, Rock. Come on, we all wanted to see it, and I'm here to book it, because that is definitely the match we should have fucking got. Punk fought and beat The Rock again at Elimination Chamber. John Cena won the Chamber match, so now he's got a guaranteed WWE title opportunity. And to have The Rock be a part of the match, I'd have the same little meddling that he's been doing for the past few years that CM Punk has not been a fan of, where The Rock just gets random main event pictures like Cena versus Rock, and that's all the shit that Punk was upset about, and that builds up with the rivalry. And just like The Rock just being installed into the WWE title picture, that'll piss off Punk and that'll build up the rivalry, and it'll come full circle and close off this 2-year story with everything coming to a clash. Punk, Cena, Rock, finally the story is complete and finished without one of the people being missing. Now, if there is a chance that The Rock doesn't compete at WrestleMania in this storyline because it doesn't really work out well, then I would just have Punk versus Cena at WrestleMania, and it would still work. It would still really work, because Punk versus Cena is a rivalry that I would really pristine. If you saw my previous 2 videos, I really kept Punk and Cena away from each other, so that way their matches felt more important whenever they fought, because their rivalry is really an important one in history. We can't deny, as much as you may want to hate CM Punk right now, Punk versus Cena established the remainder of the PG era during that time frame. Without that rivalry, a lot of people would not be tuning into wrestling right now. So as a recap, this is my entire WrestleMania 29 card. For the pre-show, The Rhodes Scholars versus Tons of Funk for the Tag Team Championship. Oh, and the Rhodes Scholars retain the Tag Team titles. Then the opening match is the ladder match, United States Championship, and it'll be Cesaro, Kofi Kingston, Kane, Big E, Del Rio, Jack Swagger, and Wade Barrett. Now, who I would have win that match? I'd probably have either Barrett, Swagger, or Cesaro win. Then the second match on the card would be Randy Orton, Sheamus, and Big Show versus The Shield. Obviously, The Shield win again. Then for the third match, I'd have The Miz versus Fandango for the Intercontinental Championship, and Fandango wins it. Fourth match of the card, I'd probably have Ryback versus Mark Henry, and I don't care who wins, but I'm leaning more towards Mark Henry because this is like the year where he started to really fall off of the Hall of Pain gimmick. Fifth match of the card, that's a hard pick. I'd probably make it Triple H versus Lesnar for the fifth match. No holds barred, and I'd have Lesnar win. Sixth match would be Ziggler versus Jericho for the World Heavyweight title, and I'd have Ziggler retain, obviously. Seventh match would be Taker versus Daniel Bryan, and obviously Taker would win. Now, I would maybe next year, WrestleMania 30, I would have Punk versus Taker, since now that he had a good booking, he wouldn't have a reason to quit next year. So Taker versus Punk happening the following year would be a lot better. And then, of course, the main event, Punk versus Cena versus Rock, triple threat match for the WWE title. Or if not, then Cena versus Punk for the WWE title. And despite all odds, I don't care who wins, Punk or Cena. The only person I wouldn't want to win is Rock, for obvious reasons. And it would be a great end to that WrestleMania. And that's how I would book WrestleMania 29. How would y'all book WrestleMania 29? I have no idea, but this is me, and this would have been a perfect WrestleMania card in my eyes. It establishes a lot of things that were happening during the time, like the Shield coming up, Fandango debuting, the end to the rivalry between Cena and Punk, having a match with Taker and Daniel Bryan, and all that shit coming to a head. So what about y'all? I think y'all could come up with some good matches too, but this to me is the perfect dream WrestleMania 29 card. I'm not going to do one for WrestleMania 30 because I think that was pretty good as is, even though I would slightly change things, but I don't see a point to do one for WrestleMania 30. So I'm going to stop here. Let me know how y'all book it, and I'll see you bitch ass motherfuckers later.